for the Chinese Grand Prix in ARL. Yeah, so we've just told everyone to start readying up. By the look of it, we'll just wait for everyone to do it. From what we hear, it's a wet weather race. Rain in qualifying, rain in race, going to dry conditions. So, Mural, have you got any sort of tips or picks that you want to go for who's going to win the race? Because I don't know anybody. I've literally just been thrown in the deep end. So, yeah, have you got anybody?
I also
Mural,
don't know anybody.
Nah. So we're both going in dry pretty much. We know Stuart McKenzie's and Toadster 99. We know those two guys, and they were just doing a bit of practice. So apart from that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll wait for everybody to ready up, and we'll get into it.
Yay.
So if we can,
We are waiting for some people.
yeah, I think we're still waiting for some entries, ladies and gentlemen. So we've just got another one join, Pro 347. So we'll just run through a bit of a team's list. Here we've got Darren in the Mercedes. You've got Scar Souls and Dan the Racer 99 in the Ferrari. You've got El Toniki in the Red Bull.
We have CR2 Footy in the Renault.
Footy in the Renault, yep. You've got the Gaming Wafer 16 in the Haas. In the McLaren, you got Denny D458. In
the
the
we have Hold Up Mendan and Walk Boy.
And Wogboy, yep, okay. So holding up the man and Wogboy in the Racing Point. Alfa Romeo don't have anybody. Toro Rosso, you have Menacing Still and Q-Tip. That's an original name. And the Williams, you have Mackenzie and Toadster. So as I said, it's China today. Wet race. You've got 16 turns at 5.4 kilometres long. Track record is a 132.2 held by Schumacher in 04, which was the dominant new for Ferrari. Location in Shanghai, so I don't actually.
Okay, is spectating with us.
Oh, okay, yep. Pro's spectating with us, so we're just waiting for everyone to ready up. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, for holding us up here in the stream. I did get told you were just waiting for the commentators, so we're all ready to go. Just trying to get everyone else to ready up. I don't know. Okay, Wogboy's readied up, so he's keen to go on the Racing Point. So I think once Scar Soul's ready's up, everyone else will start readying up. So we've got 13 races, I do believe we have today for China. So
13 races.
Yeah, should be a good race, by all means. So yeah, we're just waiting to get into it. Sorry, here, ladies and gentlemen. Q-Tip being British, Toadster and Mackenzie being New Zealand, and everyone else is Australian apart from a mural, which is Singaporean. I don't know what your actual.
Has went to Sauber.
Yeah, Pro's gone to Alfa Romeo. So now we got 14 drivers. So that will as Mackenzie's ready. The two Williams guys are ready.
The Menacing also is ready.
Oh, here we go. We got another one coming in. Matchy, is that Matchy? Matchy 21. So he will be. Oh, there's still a few cars that we haven't had yet, isn't there? There's only 2 teams that are full. 4 teams, sorry, that are full. So he's got a lot of cars to choose from. And he currently hasn't picked anything yet. So 18-minute qualifying, 50% race. Car performance is equal. Starting grids due to qualifying as per normal. Safety cars on, collisions on, vehicle damage is full. Weather is custom. I do believe ruling for this league, they go by what the actual weather is in the country at the moment. At the time of the race, so being China, it's actually their monsoon season, hence the wet weather racing. Parc Fermé rules are on, corner cutting is strict, car setups are full, ghosting's on, rules and flags are on, and race starts manual. So we are just waiting. We've got a message here on our YouTube post. If I can just get back into that and find out what that's saying.
Seems like Richie is the invitational driver.
Good luck, boys. Go hard by Chris. So, good luck, boys. Go hard by Chris. So, let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into this. So, we got 2 Alfa Romeos now. Q-Tip's the only one with a silver level, which doesn't mean anything, but just something to talk about.
He just play a lot of online.
Yeah, yep. So Pro's ready to go. Come on, guys. So the Scar Souls has started the clock, the countdown now. We've got
20 seconds to go.
20 seconds to go. Got another chat here, Chris. The Rock F1 ARL2 driver. So yeah, thanks for watching, Chris.
I think they just have to.
I hope you enjoy this stream with your 2 new commentators here. I will be a one-off for tonight, but I don't know what Amural's plans are. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Just about to start qualifying for China, and we'll see how wet it is as the game loads. So everyone will be picking their tyre compounds for the weekend. And I don't think it's going to matter. You're only going to have 2 full wet tyre compounds for the entire weekend. And for...
The weekends and wets.
Yeah, I don't think you change your wet, the amount of wets you get on the weekend. I'm pretty sure it's two full wets and 4 intermediates. So if there's only dry racing at the end, I don't think racing would be a big issue. I don't think tyre strategy will be a big issue here. So as the game loads in, ladies and gentlemen, get ready. Who's going to be the first one out on track? Mackenzie Stewart's just been doing a lot of practice, so he should be pretty decent. From what I've seen, the game away for 16 is also a pretty quick driver. and Darren, I do believe in the Mercedes is the championship leader. That might be incorrect, but please correct me if that is wrong. But yeah, we'll see who's... Oh, we got a bit of action here from Alfa Romeo coming out early.
Toro Rosso too.
So Prix will be the first car around. He's on the intermediate tyres with a bit of lag.
I'm just checking if there's a championship table.
So Menacing Still is out. Is the second car out. So this could be interesting here. Q-Tip comes out. Danny comes out. Now they're all starting to come out. Footy's out as well. Always the Alfa Romeo runs very wide into turn 4, I do believe that is. So now Menacing Still will be the first car to start a flying lap when they get fully around. So I would expect they're running a little bit more fuel than their 3-lap requirement. Well, it's not so much a requirement, but normally in a dry condition you'd run with 3 laps worth of fuel, your out lap, your hot lap, and then your in lap. But in these wet conditions you'd want to be running with a little bit more fuel just to give yourself a feel of the track. And you probably won't better yourself to lap 4, maybe 5 with a really good setup. So they'll all be running a little bit heavy. Menacing Still coming down this long back straight. Hits 7th gear, gives it a bit of a weave. Wouldn't be doing that too hard in this wet weather conditions. Hard on the brake down into the hairpin at turn 14, 15, whatever it is, depending on how they turn that little kink there. Comes onto the main straight with glowing brake discs, so that's a good sign. And here he comes across the line to start his fly lap. I'll just put on some telemetry and some fitted tyres here.
First in the constructors with 56 points. 50 points second, 44. Williams 37. Haas 22. Red Bull 18. McLaren 10. Ferrari 9. And Renault 8. Alfa Romeo and Toro Rosso is 0.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You have a rundown of the manufacturer's points as they stand. So Menacing Still here is doing a nice little lap of China here. We're right on board for this last little bit of Sector 2 and Sector 3. We got a yellow flag.
Putti, the spot.
Who was that? Sorry, Emil?
Putti.
Oh, okay, yep. Logboy's... Has Logboy come out or has he gone back into pit?
Good boy.
So anyway, we'll catch this final bit of the lap here from Menacing Still. Comes into the hairpin, massive braking point, good overtaking spot there if both drivers are aware of what's happening. Into the final corner, you tuck the inside of the car onto the grass there and use most of the curb. It comes across the line to do a 46.7.
Scarsos isn't out yet.
Pro does a 49 flat in the Alfa Romeo. So he'll be hoping to better himself, and like I said, they should be running with a little bit more fuel, which Pro doesn't seem to be.
Mackenzie nearly on the long right hander.
Oh yeah, Mackenzie's coming down the back straight. Q-Tip does a 45.6 to go top of the timing boards by 1.1 seconds. Mackenzie's coming into the hairpin now. We'll wait and see what he's got. Did he get a little bit of tow there by the Ferrari of car 2? I'm assuming that's Dan the racer. Seems Scarsols is still out. So Stuart Mackenzie must have invalidated his lap. So Who we got next? Wog Boys on the, oh no, Wog Boys on the outlet.
Has done a 146 flat.
Yeah, Todster's done a 46 flat. So he's moved himself up to P2. He'll be really happy with that at this current stage. Out qualifying his teammate, so that's a bonus. As Darren comes across and does a 45.3, so he's another 3/10 up on Q-Tip. So that's a blistering lap, pushes Todd down to second. Q-Tip.
Elton on the back straight.
Oh yeah, he must be getting out of somebody's way there. One of the Renaults, I think that might be the Cheeseburger. Yeah, the Cheeseburger's way there. He's about to start a flying lap. What can he do? Mackenzie's backed out of the lap.
Elton is the 146.2.
146.2 out of the Red Bull. So that's a good little gap there. You got 4 or 5 drivers in the 46s. So it's from anywhere from P3 to P7. And then you got 8's a second off, 9's a couple of seconds, 1.4 seconds. And then P10, the gaming wafer.
Then by sets a 147.9.
Yeah, in his Ferrari, or yeah, in the Ferrari. So Denny's done 2 laps now. Oh, the gaming wafer 45.333. So he's 4/100ths of a second. No, Darren just knocks that out of the park by another 3/10 of a second. So this could be a really good qualifying session here.
Rock Boys, it's a 124.7.
Log Boys come out and smashed it, 44.7. So as the track drying, the rain's still falling, but I think maybe the track's drying a little bit, which is going to hurt guys like Scarsalver's now out, and so is Footy. So they're both out on track now, and so is Pro. He must have a new set of tyres on.
There's so many people at the final corner.
I see Codemaster still haven't fixed his red glitch. So Danny's going for another lap. This will be 3 laps old on the Inters. So Madison still comes back out on brand new tyres. Put brand new tyres on, so they'll be going for another flyer lap with 9 minutes to go.
And they're going to set 145.5.
Oh, Mackenzie did too, 145.5. Now he's done 3 laps on those tyres, ladies and gentlemen, so he'll be putting himself in a bit of hurt compared to the guys in front of him, who've only put their hot laps and their out and in laps on the tyres. So might not sound like a lot, but depending on what weather the race starts in, if it's full wet conditions or if it's intermediate and they have to start on these tyres. Scar's gone very deep into the little S here at the big right-hander. As Footy, I think Footy might have gone a bit deep as well. So we're seeing yellow flags again. I'm just assuming that's someone getting out of the way. Nothing dangerous. Scar coming up to the hairpin. Oh, he shortcut that a little bit. I'd be very surprised if that's not an invalidation. Doesn't look to be. He's pushing on with the lap.
Oh, 51 very well in final corner.
Yeah. Scar goes P11. with a 146.8 and Footy with a 148, but Footy ran very wide into turn 4 at the end of sector 1 down the bottom of the hilly, so he could make up a lot of time there.
Castle didn't get a very lap.
Yeah, so was I actually. That hairpin corner looked very, very touchy. Oh, big snap of oversteer there by Menacing Steel. So, Wogboy's still in pit, Gamer's still in pit, Darren's still out and about doing something. Q-Tip's on his outlap. So, the cheeseburger... So,
Darren goes faster.
Darren goes faster, so... Again, with using a little bit older rubber, it's all up to temp, it's all running perfectly. And this is what I was saying to those guys early that hadn't put the fuel in the car to run this couple extra laps. You've really got to give these intermediate tyres time to warm up and really feel the groove, and you to feel the groove of the track. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not any of these guys that are out, just starting their out laps now, if they've put in extra fuel and going to do a longer run.
As the lose it at the double left-hander.
Got Stuart McKenzie coming into the double left now. As he's still going, it looks like he's still pushing. Not using any battery at this stage. Coming into sector 3, just started sector 3. Sweeping right hander. Now this is the corner to it's probably the most important corner out of the whole circuit, because it sacrifices so much speed if you don't get it right down this straight. Mackenzie's still not using any battery, so I'd assume he's coming into pits. Oh, Cheeseburger's come out with a 146.1. So, yeah, that's a very good lap there for one flying lap. He's still got time to do more, don't get me wrong. As Danny... So, is anyone going to beat Darren's 44.5? Darren's in the pits. Wogboy's on an out lap. The Gamer's just come out of pits. Q-Chip's on a flyer, or is he just about to start one? No, he must be on a flyer, so what's this going to do for him? A 45.0 to put him into P3, so he's still got to find 4/10.
Pro didn't improve.
So we've Danny the Cheeseburger. So Footy's improved his time with a 146.5. Menacing Still just goes quicker with a 146.3. So he improved by a couple of tenths, or 1.5 tenths or something. Scar Souls is coming into pits. His teammate, Dan the Racer, is coming into pits. Holding up man Dan.
Break for the bot. We got good as he did that. And so 1.5 and 3.
145.3 for the Cheeseburger.
I'll be back.
So holding up the man's just started the fly. We'll run on board for the first sector here to see how this is going. As he comes into turn 2, very nicely done on the power. Turn 3 there, it usually gets very squirmy there. Coming into 4, that's 4 there that he's just clipped. This is turn 5, there's the sector 1 split. So he's into turn 5 very nicely, full power. And 6, 7 are very technical corners. It's kind of mostly flat in this corner, but then you're a couple of gears down into this corner. Then you got these sweeping lefts coming onto this little bit of a middle straight. Now this is a good overtaking spot here, but you don't really want to sacrifice, because I think the DRS activation point, or the DRS detection point, was that line he just crossed coming into the main right hander. It's a little bit banked so you can get on the power early down this massive straight of 1.4 kilometres long, I do believe it is. It's one of the longest straights in the F1 calendar, only behind Baku, I do believe, which is their next race next week. Into the hairpin he goes. Nicely taken. Probably could have taken first gear there just to get the car turned in that little bit more. Leaves it in fourth. Probably would have backed it down to third. Again, just get the pull out of the corner, and he does a 46.7 to better himself by almost a second. So that's what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen, to better yourself. Is someone's just jumped up. Who was it? Toast has gone quicker, and he still is quicker in... Oh no, he's down in sector 1.
Okay, just going to set a new flag.
Yeah, we got Darren and Wogboy are both out on... I think Darren started his flyer, and he's got a Ferrari just in front of him, so hopefully either Dan or Scar will get out of his way, since they're both on outlaps. Oh, we got a retirement. Has he crashed out? Or no, 0 laps. He would have retired in pit lane, so that's okay. All the gamers retired. Oh, that looks like to be a crash.
Is it?
Is it, or is that... We got a slow Toro Rosso there at the background. Who's that? So we got yellow flags everywhere. Darren's coming up to the hairpin. Oh, if you put cream on it, mate, there's nothing else we can do, okay? Okay? Off you go, mate. Okay, so Pro's retired. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Just had a kid come in and have a complaint. So qualifying's now over, so if you haven't started a fly lap, Q-tip is P4. So Darren's on a...
Who else?
Oh, Darren's 1/10 of a second up here, ladies and gentlemen. He could go quicker. Where's the Wogboy at? Well, Wogboy's coming in to...
I think we can leave that in value.
Alright, Wogboy's in sector 2 as well.
If I can didn't get value, it would be P2. 144.6.
Oh no. So Toadster's out qualified his teammate.
What is Castle? As he reached the final corner. Victory.
Wogboy's 2/10 of a second up. So Wogboy's challenging here for pole if Darren hasn't bettered his time. So this will be very close between the Force India and the Mercedes. We'll watch the Mercedes come across the line as Scar goes P3 with a 44.9. Jesus, where has he pulled that from? That is an excellent qualifying there from Scar. Darren got a little bit squirmish out of the hairpin. Comes across the line to do a 44.4. He must have invalidated that because it hasn't counted. So Wogboy steals the pole position with a 44.5 flat. So Wogboy absolutely blistering pace there by the Force India driver. So congratulations to him for that pole position. So there we have it, fellas. Wogboy over Darren over Scar for your top 3. And then you got the Gamer Waffer 16, Q-Tip, Toadster 99, The Cheeseburger, Denny, Stuart McKenzie, Marchie 21, El Tonkio, Holding Up the Man, Menacing Steel, CRZ Footy, Dan the Racer, and Pro rounding off the field in the Alpha Romeo.
Mackenzie isn't happy with Menacing Steel.
Oh, I don't blame him. I'd be surprised if that doesn't turn into something else for impeding a time.
He said, "Can you not sit on the racing line in the last corner? It just cost me pole."
Yeah, I didn't actually see it, but I know Mackenzie's recording his personal view or his POV of the race. So if they've got any stewards or anything, I'm sure Mackenzie will send that.
Menacing wasn't really on the racing line.
Okay, yep. So we got 18 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, before the race will get underway. I'm assuming these guys do a formation lap, but I'm not certain on it.
There should be a formation lap.
So here we go, they've all been told to get ready. So there's a Toro Rosso lagging already. And yes, there is a formation lap. So X2G Wogboy takes provisional pole with a 44.504, I think it was, with Darren 11 with a 44.5 in P2. Scar Souls with a 44.6, I think it was, in P3. The Gaming Wafer 16 in P4. Now I can't remember everybody's time, so I'm going to stop guessing.
Yeah, I'll check the screen.
And then you got Q-Tip 1999 in P5, Toadster 99 in P6. They're all banking up here at turn 5. Da Cheeseburger in P7.
They're running for 145.2.
The 145.2.
Danny in the McLaren, 145.5. T9 Mackenzie in the Williams, 145.5. Me in the Alfa Romeo, 146.1. Elton in the Red Bull, 146.2. Hold Up Mendon Racing Point, 146.3. Menacing Steel, Carosso, 146.3. Footy, 146.5. Then the Racer, 147.2. And Pro, 4 seconds up from pole, 149 flat.
Very Lazy Towel has just joined us. So he didn't actually post the qualifying time. But we have got cars. Dan the Racer has just spun out on the back straight. So he's been...
Pro is ghosted.
Pro's miles back. So if anyone racing is watching this stream,
yeah, Menacing just made on. No, it's Mackenzie.
So this formation lap, ladies and gentlemen, is absolute carnage. There are cars going left, right and centre as the cheeseburger's on the grid. Now they all get automatically controlled, so we will see a bit of car-in-car action as we wait. So Darren got hit as well on that warm-up lap, so that's going to kill him. With actually affect your tyre temperatures if you run a warm-up lap, so that's going to hurt these guys that have been stuck on the grid this whole time. Their tyres are going to get cold, especially in these wet weather conditions.
I'm watching the tower.
So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Will we see a safety car for the first time in F1 2019's history? We're waiting for the lights to build. Lights are building.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Revs are building. Only got 4 red lights. Okay then.
Go.
Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Ex-Wogboy still holding its scars on the inside. here at turn 1, 2. Scar's still got it. Oh, there's a bit of contact. Wog Boys kept it. Scar's still there. Now Darren's on the inside, got the switchback. Pushing Scar wide. Now Scar's going to hit the gravel there. Is he going to lose any more? Oh, he's just tapped Toadster. That's a massive tap, and Toadster's gone around. Scar's gone into the gravel waiting for him, I think. Oh, that's very lazy there by those two drivers. Stuart McKenzie's up to P6, Danny P5, Q-Tip P4. The Gaming Waffer 16 in P3. So it's saying Darren's jumped up a position, but he hasn't from his starting position, but he was down into P3. As the gamer goes a little bit deep into the double left. So Scar has actually given up that position to Toad. As Todd's got massive front wing, sorry. Here we go, Alfa Romeo Pros right on the back of this lazy tower, a very lazy tower. Driver here in the Haas. Dan the Racer's dropped a position. Footy's coming up the field. Menacing Stills dropped a position. Oh no, he's got it back. Oh, can he keep it?
Then send it and he make it stick. The Menacing that's wrong. No.
So the Wog Boys. Okay, this is saying the Wog Boys got a minute 49.1 gap, but you can clearly see on screen it's under a couple of tenths here, ladies and gentlemen.
Side of the racer. Right for the turn 2.
Oh, they're still fighting for this position. Dan the Racer, the Cheeseburger Menacing still, and now Footy's got into the. As Toddster's in the pit for his new front wing, I would
goes around the outside, but you know what well for him.
So Mackenzie's kept a clean nose at the moment. As Danny's a little bit off the racing line there through the quick S.
It's a better 48.
Oh, a bit of a tank slap. So can this be Mackenzie's opportunity moment coming into Sector 3? So we won't worry about this timing board, ladies and gentlemen, because that's all wrong. We'll go
off the road.
We'll go with no, because that timing board is just.
The Mackenzie send it though.
Oh, Mackenzie's gone to the fake dive on the inside. Can he pull it up? Does Danny know he's there? He's pushed Danny slightly off the road. Good driving there by Mackenzie Stewart.
Both making it clean when they put him off.
As they all come across the line now, the timing charts have finally fixed themselves, so we'll go back to a timing chart so people can see what we're not. There is a massive battle down for P9, ladies and gentlemen. About 4 or 5 cars long in a train, so this could be an interesting little battle head by the D Cheeseburger, with Dan the Racer close behind him at 7/10 of a second. Menacing still another 7/10 of a second behind him. So, oh, someone's come crazily deep. Who is that? That is holding up the no. That is CRZ Footy.
Menacing
Has just made an absolute dive on Dan the Racer, and by all means it was not a clean move. I'd be surprised if he didn't get a warning for collision on that. Scar now starts his build back.
Pro is left.
And Todd's still out in no man's land after that turn 3 incident. So we got the 3 leaders now to start.
Boy trying to break the slip train. but too far to make a dive bomb.
Top three are just starting to pull away here from everybody, so they've just pulled a 2-second gap to Q-Tip. As Footy gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. As a gaming
Jimmy Whopper set the
fastest lap. So Stuart McKenzie's right up the back of Q-Tip, so he'll be hoping for a P4 position sooner or later. We'll keep an eye on that. This train, Cheeseburger's just starting to pull away from Dan the Racer. Footy's dropped back behind him. Footy's...
Can this continue to close out on Q-Tip?
Yeah, he used to, yep. So, Darren's starting to close up on Wogboy up here at the front. Todd's just done a quickest lap with a 48.1 on his 1 lap fresher intermediate tyres, but he's still 22 seconds behind anybody.
He needs his assist car.
The very lazy towel is right up the back of holding up the man. So he's got his handfuls here of the Aest driver. There's a menacing steal going up the inside. No, he backs out of it. Puts a little bit of pressure on Footy though, and Footy's now compromised into the big right-hander. Can he get a good run out to protect his line down this main back straight? They're both about evenly paced out, so now that's going to be the slipstream game. I think this Toro Rosso is going to have the Renault. Footy's not protecting his line at all. It's down to the braking game. Who's got the biggest brakes?
Too wide.
Oh, too wide. That's very clean racing had by these two gentlemen. Footy's driving right around the outside of that to hold his position. That was very clean racing there by those two gentlemen. But I don't think this battle's over and done with yet. Footy's weaving all over the left, right and centre to try and break the slipstream, but I don't think that's going to help him too much. Stuart McKenzie's dropped a little bit of time though, he's just gained it. So now Darren and Wogboy are starting to drop the Aest driver of the game away from 16. So now it's only a 2-horse. By all means there's a Aest out of this, but he's still, Wogboy's gone very wide. Does that compromise his run? Darren's right up his gearbox now. Can he make a move, stick into this? Into this little hairpinish kind of corner? No, he can't. But it'll be giving him a boost of confidence knowing that the Wogboy's feeling this pressure. Stuart McKenzie's caught right back up. The Cheeseburger's back in P8. Dan the Racer. Footy in P10. Menacing Steel in P11. He's right up the back of Footy. He'll be keen to get that position back too after that early dive bomb.
Oh, Darren took that dive bomb.
Oh, Wogboy's... there's a battle here for the lead at the hairpin. Wogboy's got the inside for the penultimate corner. Can he make the job done? Darren around the outside. Wogboy's kept the position, but this is a very close race here, ladies and gentlemen, and this is just brought in the game of Waffle 16 straight back into the game. I was just saying a moment ago he was a couple of seconds out of this picture, but now he's right there again.
Darren going down the inside. They make contact again.
Oh, there we go. Now it's a switchback. Wogboy's got the inside move. Can he push Darren a slightly wide now? Not as wide. Oh, there's... Oh, no, I thought there was contact. They were taking forever to get around that corner. Wogboy's now on the outside. Darren's got the inside. And he's made the move stick. Has he? Wogboy's trying to hold him off around the outside. He's got the switchback. Oh, my... Oh, Darren's got a massive tank slapper out of there. Wogboy's on the dirty side of the racing line now. He's going to have to concede that position, surely.
But Darren got a better zip, though.
But I've just noticed there's no rain falling, so...
It's actually making Gaming Whopper come to the fight for the lead.
And out of all this, ladies and gentlemen, Stuart McKenzie's caught right up the back of Q-Tip as well. So we got a couple of good. Oh, Mackenzie gets a bit tail happy. So I'm wondering if the draw and these inters are just getting a little bit too hot here. There is a drawing racing line. So could we? Oh, as Darren goes very wide there onto the main back straight. The racing line is dry, so could we start seeing pit stops here, ladies and gentlemen, for dry tyres?
It's DRS.
Oh, we have too. How's he got DRS on wet tyre? I didn't think you could get DRS on wet tyres.
You don't use it.
Anyway, so the cheeseburger's got DRS being activated, but you're still on intermediate tyres.
What strategy are they going on?
They're all on pits. So here we go, Darren's first in. This is going to kill Darren because he's got a lot of cars behind him coming in for pits as well. He puts on the hard tyre. He gets out, oh, just in the line of traffic. Jesus Christ. He's got Stuart McKenzie right behind him.
Oh.
So the Wog Boys lost a lot of time out of that.
2 seconds.
Q-Chip's out, Mackenzie's out. Everybody's on hards apart from the Alfa Romeo of Marchi 21 who's gone on the soft compound tyres. Now I don't understand that strategy. A couple of the other guys further down the pack have gone on the softs. Scars on the mediums. Now I don't understand that strategy at all either. Toadster just almost done a Lewis Hamilton. Toadster's actually jumped Pro 347 out of all this.
But Pro has left though. See in that.
So this could be a good little battle here for last. I say that with all consent, but these couple of guys at the back here have gone on to the softer tyres. I don't understand that strategy. I would have thought from here you would have bought the hard. Yeah, well that's all we can. So we got a polling strategy here for P17, P16. Todd's gone on to the hard compound, but Pro's gone on to softs, and by the look of it, he's actually left the session because that is a ghosted car. So.
Keep going, try to go around outside. Oh, I missed you, drive by, 3 wide.
Oh, 3, almost straight wide. Oh, no, there's been absolute machete on the soft compound tyres. The cheeseburger and Danny have got together at the hairpin and let him go through there at the Alfa Romeo. Now there's been a position swap. Danny's got the cheeseburger back, or cheeseburger's let him through, one of the two. There's another battle here holding up the man's lost a position as well now over the Red Bull. And he's about to lose a position over the very lazy tower. Oh, as he comes up, oh, turn 1, almost collides the side of him. These guys with soft compound tyres will be making an absolute charge through the field.
We
got holding up the man spun.
To the power too early.
So from a mural, that was not a helping hand spin. That was just getting on the power, probably getting onto the wettish bit of the racetrack with these dry tyres doesn't help. So Stuart McKenzie's got to watch out from behind that this Alfa Romeo driver doesn't catch up with these soft compound tyres. But if he can weather the storm, these hards will last longer than the softs. So he's only got to weather the storm. The gaming wafer's got DRS on Wogboy, but he's too far back to make anything of it. So the top 3, the Wogboy really lost out in that pit stop, considering they
has space.
So the Wogboy, the gamer, goes quicker with a 36.4. Will any of these other guys match him? No. No. 37, no. I don't think it's going to get beaten this lap. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen, race is on. The game is still only 7 tenths behind Wogboy, so Wogboy could drop all the way back to P3. if his dry pace doesn't pick up to what his wet pace was. You got holding up the man's in pit now. He must be getting a new front wing, or just changing tyres.
Oh, he got wing damage.
He has got wing damage. Yes, he has got wing damage. So
Yeah.
putting on another set of medium tyres probably won't get him home from here. But we'll wait. Oh, yellow flag. Who's that for? Must be nobody.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing him holding up the man's just coming out of pit, so would have almost paid off for holding up the man to put on hards and try and go to the end and make up a few positions without stopping again. So
This was on Prix.
the cheeseburger's right up the back as Darren goes quickest with a 36.3. So the cheeseburger's right up the back of the Alfa Romeo driver here in car. Oh, he goes very wide in the final corner.
Is cheeseburger on mediums or hard? It's
On
medium
hards
for
on
me.
my screen.
Medium for me.
It's yellow striped tyres, but on my tyre graph it says it's hard. So I think they've still got that glitch from last season. Scar does a 36 flat, so Scar's got good pace here on the medium compounds. Yeah, so the in. Oh, Danny's dropped a lot of position. Oh, Danny's spun out of turn 3, so he's going to drop right to the back. He's got a bit of.
Is that wing damage?
Yeah, he's got a bit of wing damage there as well, so that's going to drop him right back to the back of the grid. So there's a lot of free places here for people who are consistently on track by the look of this racing.
Very wide. But I might get him at a happy. Yeah, better at it than Mickey. You will have DRS. Go down inside. Easy pass.
Cheeseburgers down the inside, yeah, easy pass. I don't think those soft tyres will be liking this.
He's trying to switch back.
He's got the switchback done. Soft tyres, he's got the grip. Oh, they both went very wide. So now the Renault's got DRS again, up on the inside. Should be able to pull it off here. If he doesn't go wide, it's very easy to go wide there at turn 1. Lazy get. Tow's got a three-time penalty. Stuart McKenzie's right up the back of Q-Tip now. So he's starting to find his rhythm here in the draw. Sorry?
What boy has lost some time from there?
Yeah, Wogboy's lost a lot of time. He doesn't seem to be as confident on the dry as what he was in the wet, which is funny to say, but
But he is just cut the corner.
I mean, he's still got pace, but he doesn't have the pace that he had in the wet to keep Darren behind. He's losing. Oh look, you'd right to say half a tenth a lap, but I don't even think it's quite that. So now with McKenzie with DRS, I think it'll only be a couple of laps here before he goes for the move. He gets right up the back of Q-Tip.
Both tires. Both front tires lock up.
Oh, that's not going to help your front tyre. As the Alfa almost... We got a battle here for Dan and Menacing still. Menacing on the inside of the hairpin. Dan on the outside's got the better traction.
He got it.
Menacing goes wide.
Oh, then went over the grass.
They all seem to take that final corner very wide there. The Lazy Tower's almost out to the pit wall. That's how wide he likes to take it.
Maybe it's lazy to turn.
So Menacing Steel, Scar Souls is coming back after being last position there on the first lap. Stuart McKenzie's
very wide.
now I've got the rev glitch on Stuart McKenzie's chart. Here he comes. DRS activation point, or DRS detection points, just there, that white line you can see on screen. So we'll go on board. Does he get the better run out of it? Well, he's not using all the road, so they're still not brave enough to touch ripple strips with dry tyres yet. So he's gaining, not enough. I think if they had another chance, they might have set the car up for a little bit more of a dry race than a wet race. Because Mackenzie's now right up the back.
Do it.
Can he do it?
Even later.
Oh, Scar's got another position. So Scar's now in the points. He's got Menacing Steel just in front of him. Menacing's teammate's Q-Tip, isn't it? Yeah, Q-Tip.
No, then pushing Menacing to his teammate. Star Souls.
Yeah, Dan the racer, yeah.
Menacing on the grass.
So Scar on the medium contact, or on the medium tyres. I wonder if there'll be a
I saw something came out from Menacing.
From Menacing, okay. That's... Oh, he might have run over that bit of front wing from holding up the man that was there a couple of laps ago.
That could be that.
Yeah, he doesn't look like there's any damage on this, on my view. He's right up the back of Dan the racer. Jesus. Gets any closer, he could pull out the rag and start polishing the back of that Ferrari. Oh, a bit of a touch.
Getting wrecked off it.
There's a touch. I wonder if that's giving him any wing damage. Scar's right up the back of him now as well, so it'll be a three-way drag down the main straight.
Right there.
Oh, Wogboy does his quickest lap, so he's starting to find his pace back. The Scar just out-drags that Toro Rosso like there's no tomorrow. Will he make a dive on his teammate as well? No, his teammate covers that line. Scar with the softest.
In different strategies.
Yeah, there's two different strategies here for both Ferraris, so this would be interesting if they're mates, or if they know each other, or if they talk to each other through the race. Will they know that they're not, as we got the second pit stopper in the Alpha and the Red Bull. Now what are they going to now? They'd almost get the medium zone for me. Still a bit of tyre management to be done to get a set of mediums home 14 laps from here, but we'll wait and see. So the lazy towel is still out.
Really pulling away from P2 and P3.
Yeah, Darren's made an absolute charge here. Now they're all off in their own little race.
Let's pass through.
Oh, he did too. So Dan the racer's known that the Scar's on the softer compound.
Rough time and minutes right.
Yeah, because they've touched again. Oh, he's pushed him very wide. Can he get back on track? That's cost him a lot of time, but they've both got DRS. So it shouldn't affect the straight line speed of either of them. He goes for a massive dive down the inside, pulls it up nicely. Job done, thank you. Can he get the under and over? Dan's on the outside. No, he cannot. Menacing Steel has made the position stick. So apart from there being a little touch up there...
Who came out of the pits?
Pro's just come out of pits, but he's a ghosted car anyway, so... As we got the very lazy towel now in pits, so he should come out just behind Todster somewhere. gone on to a set of medium tyres, as there's a McLaren coming in the pits for a new wing off of Danny's car. So I don't know when that incident happened, but Scar is absolutely bolted away from Menacing and Dan, which you'd expect from a softer compound tyre, but
yeah,
he will have to pit again, whereas the two behind him won't, or three behind him won't.
Menacing isn't really pulling away from Dan.
Darren now sets the quickest lap of the race with a 35.8. So we're almost 10 seconds quicker than... Oh, he's pulled from P2 dramatically now. 2.5 seconds. The game is another 3.5 off him. Q-Tip and Mackenzie are our first battle on track. Now Mackenzie's in perfect opportunity here to make a move down in the turn 4. He doesn't do it. His teammate must be coming into pits. He's got the green pit box, or he's got an alternative strategy, but either one. So this is about our...
This is already nearly last.
So Dan the race is closing in on Menacing still. We'll keep an eye on that timing, but we'll watch this battle here for P4 with Stuart, Mackenzie and Q-Tip. If Mackenzie gets a good run out of here, he should have Q-Tip down the main straight. Down the back straight, sorry. I say main straight because it's the main straight on the track.
More URS.
So he'll have it in reach, he'll have it in overtake, late on the brakes. Q-Tip's giving him all the room in the world. Has Q-Tip got the run? No, I don't think. Oh, has he got the run? Side by, oh, I thought they were side by side there for a second. Mackenzie's just launched his car. So now
go around the outside.
Q-Tip around the outside, that doesn't usually work. It turns to marbles right about there, and you'll lose so much time doing that. So now if Mackenzie can keep it clean, I don't know what assist everyone is using, but I know there are some people in here using full assist and some people using no assists. So I don't know. Toadster's making a good comeback here for P12. He was last by a long way, and if he can keep that up, he might be
away from midfielder.
So Q-Tip's half a second off Mackenzie, so Mackenzie's already gapped him a little bit, not enough to get out of DRS range, but he's definitely gapped him from enough from a dive bomb. So it just shows how much... Oh, did Mackenzie run wide?
No, he went on crosser too early. He went right to the grass.
Oh no, Mackenzie's bottled it. After all that hard work of trying to get back, and now Q-Tip, just to rub salt in the wound, has got the DRS as well. So that won't help Mackenzie. Lane has just asked, will the hards last 22 laps at Shanghai? I'm assuming they would. If not, you could go from hards to softs, where some of the other guys have gone mediums to or softs on the mediums now. But when the dry weather come, they went on to the soft tyre, and they're already a pit stop behind these front guys. So yeah, we've just had comment. One of the other guys has said, yeah, but they'll probably blow up on the last lap, so it'll take some tyre management to make them last. But, you know, if these guys are that good, they should be able to do it.
What is the lightning symbol? There's a number beside it near the ERS. What is that?
What?
Oh, that's your...
Yeah, that's your Are you engine mode, isn't it? What ARS mode you're in?
Oh.
So Darren's in overtake at the moment.
Mackenzie is already at the back of QT.
Mackenzie's on hot lap. ARS deployment. DRS again. So now he's got to build this gap. He's not close enough for a dive, no.
Lock up again on the front. Right.
So it's pretty clean racing.
Uti has caught up to the racer. The back straight.
Mackenzie's right on the back now. He's just backed out of it into turn 1. He was only a couple of hundredths of a second. Yeah, we've proven that doesn't work. Q-Tip tried that when he was in P5. As the Cheeseburger's in pits, so...
But Mackenzie got back at it, he might dive bomb.
Oh, no. So Cheeseburger's gone on the medium, so there we have it. Letting know these hard compounds might not go the way.
The Cheeseburger has come up on the pits.
Yeah, so he's come out...
Just behind me,
yeah, just behind the Alpha and behind his teammate, which is still yet to pit. So is he the first of the midfield runners in the top 10 to pit and get rid of these hards? He's just done 11 laps on hards and now he's asking 11 on mediums, so that could be a bit of a different telling story. So we'll have to wait and see, but Holding Up the Man's done 10 laps on his hard on medium tyres as well with a heavier car, so could be okay. Yellow flag. Oh, Mackenzie's got through. Oh, there's a big crash at the hairpin. Oh. Mackenzie and Q-Tip have gone off. Q-Tip's come back out in front. Sorry I didn't catch that, ladies and gentlemen.
Wing.
Is there a bit of damage?
The exit or the hairpin.
There's no damage on my screen, but...
No, I just see a piece of it. I don't know who is it from.
Or has Q-Tip lost the wing? Q-Tip's lost the wing, the end plate.
It's gonna really hurt him.
Oh, that's gonna kill his race. That is unfortunate. I'm sorry I didn't catch that. That would have been a sight to see.
Just go down the inside of turn 1. When it's a white, we should try to go back down the inside. Oh, didn't have...
Made the move stick with those fresh tyres. Now he's got his teammate just in front of him. So those fresh evidence now, which he's kind of got to rely on. But still no... Oh yeah, Q-Tip Mackenzie. But I don't think Mackenzie will be pushing it knowing Q-Tip's got a little bit of front wing damage. But I'd say it'll be easy pickings for Mackenzie now down this main straight. Q-Tip doesn't seem to be slow without DRS, so bit of different setup. Oh, Mackenzie, big lock up. Big lock up there by Mackenzie. Now, are they both going to come into pits? Neither of them come into pits. So that's interesting. Menacing Still's caught up to the back of Scar. So Scar's really pushed these mediums all the way they can. And now he's starting to get caught back up. So that could be an interesting little battle later on when it comes to next pit stops. Mackenzie's still right on the back of Q-Tip. Cheeseburger goes quickest on those fresh tyres, which you would expect. But I'm just wondering, these top 3 have really got this race in the bag if they can make these.
Going at it.
Mackenzie's made the job. Q-Tip's still there. Mackenzie's trying to switch back.
On his teammate Danny Rick's side.
Cheeseburger's caught caught and passed his teammate.
Tires.
So Footy's dropped down to P9. So now Cheeseburger's got a 4.8 second gap to Menacing. Menacing's now in DRS range of Scar. So this could be a telling point here to see how long these mediums can go compared to the hards. As Mackenzie's now got... As Mackenzie got the job done, he has finally on Q-Tip. Q-Tip hasn't neglected to come in for pit and change that front wing just yet.
It is just try to fight back but P4.
As the Renaults are now having a battle.
He might go sneak up the inside.
Scar's in pit. Scar's in pit. So he's done 14 laps on medium.
On the softs.
So from here he'll have to go on, well, he doesn't have to go on softs, but he is going on the soft top compound. Maybe to do a faster lap.
Already on the softs.
And holding up the man.
8 seconds and 40.
So
Yeah,
Scars. Oh, it says, oh no. Yeah. Scar was dangerously close by being overtaken by his teammate there after that early let through.
He overtook Prix.
Yeah, that happened a couple of laps ago. Oh, about a lap ago now. Scarsoles gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
That's very matter.
So that doesn't help his battle at all. So top 6 runners, ladies and gentlemen, are all on the same strategy with hard compound tyres from the word go with dry weather racing. Do remember 23 laps ago we started on the intermediate tyres. Q-Tip's still holding on to Stuart Mackenzie with that little bit of damaged front wing. You wouldn't think that end plate would be making much of a difference, but by God it does. And he'll be as Mackenzie understeers quite a bit into turn 1 and 2 there. So that'll just be giving Q-Tip that little bit of momentum.
But I think Q2 has more front speed.
As Cheeseburger goes and does the quickest lap now. So, and he's only 2 and a bit seconds off Menacing still, so he could catch up and put some pressure on Menacing to get P6 to take a 5-6 finishing off the Toro Rossos. And then our other big battle is really nobody. Oh, the Very Lazy Tower. Todster, the Very Lazy Towel, and this Red Bull in a little bit of a train. But they've still got a bit to go yet. Two guys behind him are on fresher tyres, so that could be a big factor.
Boys starting to close in back on terrain.
Holding up the man just does the quickest lap with a 35 flat. So we're only...
I won't get any point for that.
No, because he's outside the top 10.
Yeah.
So we're only 5/10 off of being 10 seconds quicker than qualifying lap times. But that...
Cheeseburger closing in on Menacing still.
Oh, he's DRS now, so here we go. Renault versus Honda. This could be an interesting battle down the back straight. Menacing still has very old tyres compared to Cheeseburger, but
this was a 5 laps on mediums.
Yeah.
Menacing has a very bad attitude.
Yeah, I don't think it was much of a bad exit as it just looked bad considering the Cheeseburgers with his brand new tyres on board. Denny gets a 3-second penalty. where Danny's in no danger of losing position because of it, as he comes into pits actually. So Danny must try and go for a flying lap. Again, it's not going to help him. He's not in the top 10, so he won't score a point for it. So here we go. Cheeseburger on Menacing Still. Honda versus Renault. There's a lot of weaving going on here at the back straight. I think it's inevitable. Hard on the brakes.
Oh, he cut the corner a little.
Cheeseburger with those fresh rear tyres have just got the traction to pull away. So that's one battle done.
No, lose it. He just ready to save it.
I wonder if these tyres are starting to go on these guys. The Wog Boys caught up a little bit.
Menacing.
Contact with Menacing again. How did Menacing get back on the inside of
He
it?
nearly lose it at the final corner.
So we'll just keep an eye out there, ladies and gentlemen, for the top two. Wog Boys starting to rein in Darren here. But we'll keep watching this battle for P6 between Menacing and Cheeseburger. Because apart from a few battles down the back of the pack, it's about the only fight we've got on track.
He might get P7 too.
Yeah, well, yeah, this is true. He might, if these two squabble and Menacing's gone very wide. So here we go, Renault again with DRS, moves to the inside.
330 km per hour and done it.
Oh, he's locked it up, he's gone onto the dirt. That won't help him stop. And now the Alfa Romeo driver might get a sniff here of P7. Cheeseburger gets a 3-second time penalty, so he's got to watch that as well. As that wouldn't have helped Menacing's tyres at all, being 19 lap hards.
Possibly in the wall.
As Todd gets lazy towel out of the hairpin, so Toadster's making a good comeback here. I don't think he'll get Dan the racer, but so now the Alfa Romeo driver of
on my screen, Toadster has mediums on the rear and parts on the front.
Only if we could do that in F1 games, ladies and gentlemen.
FIA makes it work.
Yeah. So Cheeseburger's just bolted away from Menacing Still. He's already pulled 3 seconds a lap. Danny goes quickest with a 33.9. Sets a blistering lap there on his mid-soft tyres.
And down the inside.
He's overcooked it though. Menacing's got a 3-second time penalty. As he's just lost that position again.
If you are Menacing, would you fight for the position?
Probably not. I mean, by all means, but knowing that you've just got a 3-second time penalty, it's probably time
and,
just to...
guys behind you have pressure fires.
Nah, Footy's on the same tyres. He's on hard for 20 laps. It's Scar behind him that you've got to worry about, but that's 8 seconds to pull up in 2 laps. So, if you can stay within this guy, you might
Starts the final lap.
Darren now starts the final lap as Wogboy's caught up another half a second. I think it's a little bit too late for the Wogboy, unfortunately. The game has just fallen right off the back. Mackenzie's in P4. So here comes the Mercedes. His car number 94. Coming around the quick S's. He's in danger of running out of fuel. He's got his red fuel light flashing. So does the Wogboy. Who's that McLaren? Well, that must be Danny. So we haven't focused too much on the leaders, ladies and gentlemen, because there's been nothing happening.
Look at the detail toaster.
Or around the outside. Oh, he's got DRS. Here we go. Again with the old tyre versus the new. Has there been contact there?
Yeah, there is. Elton might get you too.
Was there contact?
Yeah, there was contact.
There was contact. We're hearing there was contact. So we'll jump on board here with the race leader, ladies and gentlemen, Darren 11. Has come across the line with Wogboy in P2. The gamer Wafer in P3 comes across the line for Haas.
Celebrates.
Very good race there by Haas. Stuart Mackenzie comes across for Williams. Now they'd be happy with that in real life. So P4 he gives it a little celebrational wiggle. Q-Tip done a very good job, seems he's only got half a front wing there at the end. Comes across the line for P5, Cheeseburger for P6. Comes across the line. Archie P8, Medicine still P8.
Got DRS. 130 kilometers per hour. Down the inside.
Oh, down the inside. Can he pull it up? I don't think he will.
Oh, lock up.
Lock up. Oh no! What a battle at the end.
That was a great battle though.
What an absolute battle there at the end.
1 inches off the grass.
Just could not quite pull it up. They've used all their battery, all their fuel. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen.
That midfield battle was so good.
This is ARL Racing League. I don't know if we do a podium like me and Amir do in our other league, but I'll leave the stream there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. My name's Mark Ratby.
The thing is, we don't have them add as a friend, so we can do it.
My name's Mark Ratby with Amiral. We'll see you all next time for ARL Racing. Thank you for watching and good night.
Goodbye.